Welcome to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Donald, thanks so much. You know, folks, Donald Trump may be out of the country, but he is still the toast of Washington, or whatever reason he's that color. I think it's toasting. Today, this morning, the Trump administration unveiled their 2018 budget titled A New Foundation for American Greatness, which is just a slightly grandiose for a financial document. That's like calling your grocery list a bold vision for yogurt and dog food. Now, not a lot on that list. There wasn't a lot like this. Now, that foundation of America's greatness, what he's building that on, it turns out he's building that foundation out of the ground-up bones of poor people, because this budget cuts things like the food stamp program, SNAP, and the children's health insurance program, CHIP. So he's cutting SNAP and CHIP, to which America's children's replied, "Stop and help." I know this is an unpopular position these days, but I believe children should go to the doctor and eat. Where do I find the courage? Where do I find the courage? Not in the White House. And the whole thing is particularly cruel to one minority group, Trump's voters, because the president's budget hits his own voters the hardest, taking aim at the social safety net on which many of them rely. It's all there on Trump's new hat. Make the poor live on squirrel meat again. Meanwhile, budget director and newly appointed chairman of the Lollipop Guild, Mick Mulvaney, told reporters, "We are no longer going to measure compassion by the number of programs or the number of people on those programs. We're going to measure compassion by the number of people we help get off those programs." Yes, it's like the old saying, give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Take away his fish, we got all the fish. Woohoo! Fish party! Now, woohoo! Mick Mulvaney? Something like that. This budget is filled with brutal, senseless cuts to medical research, like $14 billion in cuts from Health and Human Services, including an unbelievable cut of 19% from the National Cancer Institute's budget. Now look, listen. Trump said we'd be sick of winning, and he is ready to deliver on the first half of that sentence. Now, the budget also calls for major cuts to the Centers for Disease Control. So whenever that thing inside of Steve Bannon bursts out and goes airborne, we will not be prepared to handle it. Speaking of things that keep spreading, the Russia investigation is only getting worse for the president. Last night, we found out that back in March, after James Comey testified before Congress that there was an investigation into collusion between the Russians and the Trump team, Trump asked the director of national intelligence and the head of the NSA to publicly deny evidence of Russia collusion. Fellas, you know that thing I'm totally innocent of? Could you crush that before it gets out? Just like Comey, the intelligence directors Trump talked to refused to help. So why did Trump ask them? According to one senior intelligence official, Trump's goal was to muddy the waters. Okay, let me get this straight. It goes drain the swamp, then muddy the waters. Muddy the waters, by the way. Muddy the waters. Muddy the waters, also Trump's environmental policy. And earlier today, the House Intelligence Committee heard testimony from former CIA director and man asking if you've taken the picture yet, John Brennan. And lovely picture. True to pretty much all the testimony about Russia, Brennan said something completely shocking in the most boring way possible.
I encountered and am aware of information and intelligence that revealed contacts and interactions between Russian officials and U.S. persons involved in the Trump campaign that I was concerned about because of known Russian efforts to suborn such individuals And it raised questions in my mind, again, whether or not the Russians were able to gain the cooperation of those individuals.
I'm awake. I'm awake. Put me in, coach. Okay. Okay, that might have been boring, but what he just said is super important. Okay, basically, he's saying he knows that Russia tried to recruit members of the Trump campaign. He's not sure if they did. That's like saying, we know the mob tried to cut your brake cables. We just don't know if they succeeded. Here are the keys. Have a great drive.